Hey! Today we're doing a super simple makeup, no makeup routine. While I get ready, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my experience starting over in my late 30s. It's been a lot of unexpected twists over the past few years. But somehow it led me to a place where I feel like I'm finally becoming the person I'm supposed to be. So let's get into it.
At the cinema, then we gotta keep it all a secret like the Pentagon. All these peeping times, people asking me what we've been on. I know that it's bond, they just wishing they could watch it glow, watch it go through the fire like the.
I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about today, and I was thinking about how starting over at 39 sounds like this huge dramatic thing. But honestly, it wasn't all just one moment. About 100 tiny moments where life just kept asking, okay, now what? What's next? So while I get ready, I figure I just do like a chit chat FaceTime, and then I can tell you how we got here. I just threw on some, dang, it's bright up in her, e.l.f. face primer. This is the e.l.f. hydrating face primer. A couple years ago, I kind of just looked around and realized that a lot of things in my life were changing. My relationship ended, some friendship ended, and family relationships changed. And suddenly it felt like the life I had imagined I wasn't living anymore, which, rude. Now I'm putting on Black Opal. This is a finishing powder. You can use it for baking. I like it because it's kind of like a brown tint. I try to get all the spots where I'm red and where I'm really oily, which is pretty much the middle of my face. I'm on the sides too. Like in this area of my lip. I just like a thin layer. This is just like, I don't know, extra protection because my face gets so oily. And when my relationship ended, oh, I don't want to talk about these things. Make me sad. Why are you trying to cry today? You trying to cry today, Erica? After my relationship ended, I started handling everything by myself. I started paying all the bills with just my paycheck. I had like a little bit of help initially, but then after that first month, I was pretty much on my own. Every paycheck was literally enough to pay the bills, but then I had like a little bit left over for groceries, and I would have like $100 to last me 2 weeks, and anything extra, gas, things like that, I had $100. So I had to figure out how to keep gas in my car, but then also feed my child and I. My ex, he was giving me money, but it was just for daycare, and even that was like a whole thing, like fighting me to pay daycare. Yeah. But it's okay, because I have been in survival mode before. I've been in positions where I didn't have money, and I had to learn to make what little I had stretch. And that's exactly what I did. I made sure my bills were paid. If I could pay them, I would put off paying the bills if I could, if I needed to, until the next paycheck. Food. I was already into like lifestyle and like cooking and baking. I think I got more into baking when my relationship ended. And one way I found to stretch out food and to make things last was to cook stuff from scratch. Cooking from scratch, meal prep, making like hearty meals that would fill us up and last in the fridge, you know, things like that. I got good at making pizza from scratch. That's when I started making banana bread consistently, just like using up the things that we weren't eating too. I think one time I had like leftover carrots and leftover sweet potato, and I just put into Pinterest, like, what can I make with this? And I ended up making these like sweet potato carrot muffins that tasted like carrot cake, and it was delicious. Learning how to make more soups. Soups are really hearty meals that have a lot of ingredients. Usually it has vegetables and meat, and because everything's kind of mixed up, my child will eat it that way. She hates everything individually. Like, she could care less if I put like rice and chicken and veggies on a plate, but if it's mixed together in a casserole, in a soup, for some reason she will eat it. I was so blessed during that time to have like some unexpected money come through. Now brows, I use the NYX brow glue. Try to get these suckers to stay up. As you can see, my eyebrows, I'm kind of telling this one, they're kind of curly. Oh, I'm putting on my makeup in this mirror. I messed up. Look at all this powder under my eye. Okay. Now it's better. Finding out that iPhone had a lawsuit, and for people who had iPhone for a specific amount of time would be entitled to money. I forgot what they were doing, charging us extra. I got even more lucky and just blessed because my job does like cost of living raises, and I don't know why, but they did like 2 or 3 that year. I think I got a raise just for being at the company as a tenured employee as well. So it was a struggle at first, and I was finding ways to figure out how we both could survive and make sure sustain the same life that we were having before. I remember looking up like apartments in the area after things ended, thinking, oh, you know what, I'll just downsize and find a cheaper place. And rent had gone up, like rent had doubled in the time I had been living in this home. Like, what? So it made way more sense just to stay here. It would have cost so much more money to find a cheaper place. I would have been further away from work. I would have had to move an entire home by myself. And you guys should see our garage. That's on the list of things that we need to figure out at some point because there's just so much crap in there. And then my daughter started going to kindergarten. Daycare was so expensive, but going to kindergarten was gonna be half the cost. After school care at my daughter's current school is way cheaper. So that was great, found a great school. I'm so glad that the school has after school care. That way I'm able to pick up and drop off every day without it interfering with my job. Just looking back, just like every little blessing mattered. I remember even signing up for like a new bank account so I could get extra money. You know, when you do direct deposit, have like those specials like, oh, you'll get like an extra $200 if you sign up for like a checking account and then, you know, do the direct deposit over this amount for this amount of time. Heck yeah. When those popped up, I was like, this is a sign. I gotta do it. And I did it. Got extra money. Going in with the NYX Professional Eyebrow Pencil. This is the NYX Brow Pencil. I'm just going in to fill in like the gaps. Every little blessing mattered. And looking back, I realized I wasn't failing. I was just adapting. That's how I've always been. Like, let's figure this out. Try to make the best of every situation, to be honest. Everything looks, other side. During that time of not having money, it taught me to not only stretch groceries, but like find things to do for my child and I that didn't cost a lot of money. So we're just always at the park, finding different parks. She loves the splash pad, she loves water. That was something else that we did. When the pandemic ended, I was still chilling at home, wasn't trying to go anywhere, but like having my daughter kind of forced me to get out of the house. So that kind of helped with, you know, at that time, just being alone. Because if you watch my other video, just talking about one of the things I need to work on when dealing with people was boundaries. And a lot of my relationships, I never set any expectation that I had boundaries. So then people didn't like when the boundaries started getting established. So that there, setting boundaries, unfortunately kind of revealed the type of relationships that I had, like people who felt like I shouldn't have a say in my own life. Like I wasn't allowed to be tired, or I wasn't allowed to just not want to do something. Like that was a common theme. I could never just be like, I don't want to. It's why. I have to have a specific reason. If not, then you should just do it, right? No. No. Having a child basically forced me to have boundaries to a certain extent. So then that was like level 1 of people getting upset. You know what I mean? if my child is sick, then I gotta stay home. So like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, why are people getting upset, you know? It was weird. Like looking back and realizing that that's what it was. Like I was never the person in anyone's life saying no. I was always saying yeah. I was always just doing what they wanted me to do, because that was a lot easier than saying no. I also felt like I grew up in an environment, had parents that wouldn't allow me to say no either. It's like, do as I say, you know? Next, we're gonna go in with, this is a NYX brow tint pen. So this is gonna add those extra hairs in there for me to make my makeup look more natural. Then setting those boundaries and seeing how people were reacting to me just being like a normal human being is what made me start realizing everything happens for a reason. And I was proud of myself for recognizing that there were people in my life that weren't as supportive as I thought they were, you know, that were hoping to see me fail, or just wanted that, like, I told you so, but like, you didn't tell me so. And like, why do you need to feel like, why do you feel better because my life isn't going the way I'd hoped? Like, I'm a normal person who wants a regular life like everybody else. And when mine didn't work out, it's like, see, that's how life is. Like, I know that. What? So after setting boundaries and realizing there were people in my life that kind of just didn't like that, I can't even go into a lot of detail, but things just got weird. Things were just weird. Like feeling like I couldn't just be a normal human being because people felt so strongly about how I should live my life. Like, it started to feel like a lot of people wanted to just control me. And because they couldn't control me now that I had these boundaries, they were just offended. And it wasn't just like of being offended. It was, well, now I'm gonna ruin your life because you're not doing what I want. Now I'm gonna get everybody to hate you because you're not doing what I want you to do. And you're making me feel bad because now you're exposing me because I want to control you. And it wasn't like it was just one person. It was multiple people. Like, so if you want to reveal people in your life that are not there for you, but are in your life, start setting boundaries and see how quickly people start getting upset. It's important just to be yourself, work on yourself, not care about other people think, just be doing things that you didn't even want to do. After setting boundaries with people, standing my ground in situations that I wouldn't have done in the past, I just started to not like how I felt around those people. Like I was constantly disappointing them, which was a manipulative control tactic. If they feel like you want their validation, that you'll do things to make them happy, then they're gonna use that against you. And that's what happened. And I got tired of it. I got tired of feeling like crap because of how other people were feeling in a situation. I became like emotional punching bag for a lot of people, and I just couldn't handle it. After going through such a traumatic experience dealing with toxic people, the last thing I wanted was close people close to me making me feel like crap because I just wasn't doing what they were doing. Not because I was doing anything wrong, just because I just wasn't doing what they wanted me to do. So that started maybe like almost a year-ish being alone. I cut off my family, I cut off the toxic friends. And the end of last year, I started feeling a little bit better. But I was also having these similar toxic experiences with people that I work with. And wasn't doing anything about it. I was just kind of sitting and observing, essentially. But then that made me realize at the end of last year that I was doing things to make myself feel better. Using my discernment more and recognizing when I was around toxic people, and then actively trying to distance myself from those types of people. So I told myself I wasn't gonna deal with the passive aggressive comments. I was no longer gonna deal with the passive aggressive comments disguised as jokes, you know what I mean? I just wasn't gonna deal with people who felt like they had to humble me, who felt like they had nothing good to say about me. I was over it. And I didn't care who you were. If you made me feel some type of way because of your own insecurities, I was done. I was done. That was me just trying to practice being a better me, having even better boundaries against people just were negative and didn't make me feel like they seem to feel like I'm a burden versus they actually like care for. I don't know. I have a lot of NYX products, so now we're gonna do some concealer. Like I'm already almost out of this, but I'm just gonna throw a little bit here, and we're just gonna get the spots on my face, like the dark areas, like under my eyes. And you see all the redness here. I like to use the natural features in my face. You can see I have some discoloration here. Doesn't that look like contour though? Same on this side. We might clean up a little bit. But I'm just gonna throw like a little bit underneath to kind of make it look more like contour. Same on this side too. And you can see like this is a lot more, so we're gonna do like the top. Look at that. I don't know what that discoloration is, but I got it from my grandma. I think she also had something like that. But anyways, after setting boundaries with people in my life and realizing that a lot of them just didn't have my best interest at heart, it was like kind of lonely. Just me and my daughter, just hanging out, spending time, but I was also like super depressed. But what did it for me was meeting like my current friends. Like I was at work, I seen this girl that I had met like 10 years ago when we both were in different positions at the same job. And I just got super excited to see her. Like I just knew her, like, oh my God, hey girl, like what's up? And then we were going into a meeting right before, we're getting ready to go into a meeting. That's when I ran into her. So during the meeting, I just spent the entire time trying to figure out who this person was. Because like I knew her. And I felt like on the inside of my body, like we went way back or something. And then I realized during the meeting that I didn't know her at all. And we really just interacted with each other a couple times, but she has such a beautiful energy. So I just remembered. I love it when that happens. All right, now that we've got the concealer on, where's mine? Oh, it's right here. All right, let me rub this off my hand because if I don't, it's gonna get everywhere. But running into her, so it was just like changed my life. She also brought other girls into the group who are also like my best friends. And like being around people who are so understanding and positive and embrace who I am. I don't feel like I have to hold back, which is what I do with a lot of people now. Cause I don't know, people are weird, y'all. Like what is up with people? Like seriously. So if I'm having a bad day, I can say that and like no one's talking crap and trying to get me to come out and hang out even if I just don't feel like it, you know? Giving me grace, which is something I just haven't had in a long time. So I'm gonna go back in with the powder just to set in the concealer. Even though I had met these awesome girls and I had a friend group again, I was still like really sad. I was still processing. It took so long, I felt like, to process everything I had gone through, because now I'm just trying to get mostly the areas too where like I get oily. Oh, like I got this Baby Got bronze. And even though I had these super awesome girlfriends, I still was like stuck for a little while. Like I still like hadn't got over everything that happened. And like to come to the realization that a lot of the issues I have with people is just like wanting my time and energy, and just like wanting, it's like I was like people's pet. I just felt like someone's pet. I didn't feel like people saw me as like a human being, like a person with feelings, and like, it was weird. I'm not even gonna get into that. Even though things were a lot better, I'm gonna let this powder sit for a little bit, just so it just gets all up in there. Throwing on like it's a lip mask. It is, it's a tree hut. It's an overnight mask, but I just grabbed it. That's what it's Next, we're gonna do a little bit of eyeliner. This is brown. Here's the black eyeliner. Black eyeliner, I've had this for forever. It's also NYX. You can't tell because all the writing's gone, but it's just a NYX black dark eyeliner. I don't use a lot of it. I really just like to go like in the corners of my eyes. Just like to add like some smokiness. I go a little bit underneath my eyes because like my under eye, like this is so light. Well, actually, okay, where were we? Feeling a little depressed after, but it was just more coming to the realization of how I needed to navigate life, knowing how people perceive me. And then that's when I started telling myself that in 2026, which is gonna be a different year. And then that's when we get to the end of the year, and I'm telling myself the type of people I no longer want in my life, setting more boundaries, using my discernment, using my intuition when I'm thinking people are being weird or shady, and distancing myself from negativity. Like a lot of that was just me wanting to give people the benefit of the doubt, start believing what I was seeing and trusting my gut. Just not dealing with people who are already showing me that they have a problem with me when I haven't done anything. Just a bunch of haters, man. Putting a little bit of powder on the areas where I put the bronzer, which is just like right here, like around the edge. Next, we're gonna do the cheeks. This is the Essence. Got this on Amazon. And I'll link all my products below. But yeah, we're gonna go in on the cheeks a little bit. Just a tiny, tiny bit. And with this, you have to rub it in like right away because this dries up quick. And because it's a lip tint, I'm also gonna throw some on my lips, just in the middle. I don't know if you can tell, but my lips are like outlined in a darker color, and then it's like pink and right in the middle. So that's where I'm gonna put the red, where the pink is. Trying to keep it natural, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you can even see, did you even see the redness? Just a little bit. I'm not one of those girlies that's into a lot of blush. So I like to keep it now. I want it to look like I'm not really wearing makeup. Maybe I just threw like a little powder on and maybe some lip gloss, you know what I mean? All right, next you wanna do, all right, I'm putting on mascara. The mascara I have is e.l.f. It's the lash, it's the lash roll. And it's in very, very black or dark black, the blackest one that they have. I still have the powder on my eyebrows, in case anyone's wondering. Yeah. But a big part of starting over for me was finally being in a place where I didn't care what anyone thought. Like I was really just over people. Like I was just really over it. And now I'm gonna do the things that make me happy. I'm gonna stay away from people who make me feel weird. I don't care. Right. Layer 2, bottom lash. And that's why I feel like I'm starting over at 39 too. Because I didn't have the confidence to just do what I wanted. I didn't realize how much I cared what other people said about me. And it wasn't even like I cared. I felt like me doing things that I want to do sometimes would make other people upset or uncomfortable. Like I didn't want them to feel some type of way because I was doing something, even though it wasn't something bad, you know? Like, I would just take things to heart because these are people in my life that like I valued their opinion. These are people that had been around for so long. Like I actually cared what they thought, but they didn't have my best interests at heart. And it really stopped me from just doing the things that I wanted to do. Now that it was just me and my daughter, I could do whatever I want. And that's what starting over is for me. Doing all the things that make me happy regardless of how other people feel about it. I always knew I was an independent person, but being independent doesn't mean you're doing everything by yourself. It's trusting yourself to figure things out. Having confidence doesn't mean like bad things won't happen. It's just confidence is believing that you'll survive it. Knowing that no matter what life throws at you, you'll figure it out. Sometimes I feel like I lost who I was there for a second. I don't think I lost who I was. I think I finally just met who I am. Oh my gosh, am I gonna cry? I have this Cocoa Kind lip gloss. It's tinted. It's kind of like a brownish color. I see like a brownish red color. So I'm gonna throw like a little bit of that on, just a little bit, like over the tint. I feel like this is just kind of closer to like my natural lip color. So it kind of looks clear, but like there's a little bit of a color. So I'm running out at NYX. I love NYX. They're just decently priced products and they work good. Let's try to set everything and then I should be done. Oh, come on. Come on. Close enough. Throw like a little bit of water in there. Look at that. Beach. Oh yeah. Good. Use this too. If you're watching this because you're starting over too, hope you know you don't have to have everything figured out. Just take the next step and eventually those steps will turn into a life you actually like. Now, excuse me while I go pretend like I know what I'm doing. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Catch you guys in a little bit.